Um, just a quick video to talk to those animal activists, the vegan activists that attacked a farm the other day. And before I give you a bit of crap for what you did and the terrible way you went about trying to be activists, I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'm an animal welfare advocate. I have been for a long, long time, and I'm also a political activist. So what I do is I work very, very hard to change animal welfare law to make it easier and better for animals in this country. And I also run for your interest. I run an animal sanctuary, so I do animal rescue. This week alone, I've worked to rescue companion animals, over 70 companion animals from being put down. I also work in fire zones and floods all over Australia to try and help animals. Now, what you people did, you didn't help animals. You put animals at risk, all right? So how you can call yourself activists is disturbing, to say the very least. First of all, you trespassed on someone's land and terrified their family, and that is unacceptable. Do you realise that you could have knocked on the bloke's door, said, I have an interest in farming, I'd like to have a look, and the bloke probably would have taken you through and shown you what really goes on. There were 19,470 head of cattle there. There were only 3 that had to be euthanised, humanely euthanised. And when you're out in the land, you don't have time to call a bloody vet, mate. You euthanise them on the spot if they're suffering, and that's what the guy did. And the reason they were alone in a separate area is called quarantine. Okay, and you guys went and trampled through that quarantine area, then ran off through the rest of the place. So you could have spread some sort of disease that killed other animals. So you're not being smart, you're not acting smart, and you're not doing the best thing by animal welfare. You also caused a stampede which caused injuries to animals. So don't call yourself animal welfare, don't call yourself animal activists, because you did nothing to help and protect those animals. Let me just give you a bit of an example here, okay? If you wish to push your veganism on people, you do that by promoting compassion and empathy for animals, okay? And over time, things will change and more people might get on board, especially the younger people. Blokes like me, been around a long time, still eat meat. I still get out there and help animals. In fact, some of the best activists I've seen rescuing animals are actually hunters, and they hunt to eat, okay? Now, you might be opposed to that. You might be opposed to me calling myself an activist. But the fact is, you address consumption. Okay, that farmer out there is producing to suit consumption. If you shut down, somehow some miracle happened and you could shut down all of the primary production of animal production in Australia, all we're going to do is buy from overseas, and then what are you going to do about the welfare of the animals in other countries? At least at this stage, we can try and argue, lobby and promote the best practices for animals. We can try and continue to improve that. We can try and educate people that maybe eating animals isn't the best thing to do. That's up to you. You've got that ability. But what you just did is walked onto a farm, made all activists look really bad. You put animals' lives at risk. You terrorised the farmer and you trespassed, okay? That is a crime. You can't run around. You're not above the law, guys. If you want to educate people, do it in a compassionate manner and do it in an educated way. I'm sick to death of uneducated people thinking they can stomp on rights. And let me just tell you something. I have seen good animal sanctuaries like mine where activists like you that have no fucking idea of what's right for animals break on, let kangaroos out of an enclosure who then run off, get hit by cars and get tangled in fences and die. If you don't understand animal welfare and you're not willing to be educated about it, stay home and sit in front of your Xbox or your computer, right, and do nothing. If you're going to try and educate people on empathy and compassion for animals, that is the way forward. Address consumption. You do not address consumption at the farm gate. They will produce whatever it is people demand. Okay, and they're doing it in the most ethical manner properly in this country. If you go and look online, maybe go and look at how other countries treat their animals and realise that we're not too bad off. And if you want to make changes, lobby for changes. Look at ways forward. Look at better ways we can treat our animals and then try and educate about empathy, and then maybe you'll make a difference. But running on the people's properties, terrorising families and putting animals' lives at risk is unacceptable practice, and you need to get off your arse and become educated and compassionate. Not just compassion. Compassion and empathy is not just for animals, it's for people as well. So have some respect, have some compassion, have some empathy for all involved for a change, and maybe one day the goals that you wish to see will come forth, and you'll get the fruit of your work. But breaking on the properties and terrifying farmers going about their daily business in one of the best regulated industries in the world is not the right way to do it. So get a life.